Good evening, good evening.
Please save us.
We're going to be getting started in 1 minute. As you're jumping on, if you would, please mute your phone, but I'm going to have to mute you.
Sounds like my house.
Do here.
Hello?
What's
Hey,
up,
everyone, please
Sweetie?
mute your phones.
What's happening, everybody? Let me
What's going on?
the mute button. Why am I not seeing the mute button? There we go. Oh. So guys, as we are getting started, if you would, every single week on every single call, let's make it a habit to always press our mute button. So as we're getting on calls, make sure that you're muted, be conscious, so where if for some reason the host forgets to get on a call, say on a Saturday, or my alarm goes off or some crazy thing happens, that it doesn't screw up the entire call, because we have had that happen. I do take responsibility for not being on those calls, but let's just make it a habit every time we jump on a Zoom to make sure that your phone is always muted, or your computer. There's a little tab on the bottom left-hand side that you can press to make sure that that happens. With that being said, we're going to get started. As Ricky starts this bad boy off, if you would, make sure, send out any last-minute text to everyone and let them know team call is starting now. Make it a habit as you're bringing on new people to text them week after week after week until they get into the habit of being on the calls. We have a Monday night team call. Then we have our Saturday morning call, and then we have the opportunity calls. With that being said, I'm going to turn it over to my friend and business partner, Ricky Durant. Are you out there, brother?
Hey, yes, Chris, can you hear me? For some reason, my screen's not working tonight. I'll have to figure that out whenever we get done. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly.
All right, perfect. So anyways, hey, guys, we've been working very hard. Obviously, our business has been growing tremendously due to all of you rock stars on the team. There may be a handful of people that are new that just signed up today or last week. Welcome to the team. Like Chris said, we do this call on Monday nights. This is our team call. We do have opportunity meetings at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sundays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. All this information, you're going to be able to find it from your sponsor, or you can go on the Team Rise page, and it's on the pinned post with the call schedule, okay? With that being said, super proud of this team, how we've organically built this just off as Zoom. But me and Chris and other leaders have been talking for quite a while now, trying to come up with a system to where somebody comes into the business, they're not asking you a million questions, and you're able to get them started correctly. They know where the information is. So basically speeding up the process of really getting running with your business. So we're super excited because we had a gentleman that looked at this opportunity about 6 months ago. And at that time, we were running through some challenges, right? So he said, oh, I can't deal with this. I've done this in the industry. And that guy just happens to be one of Chris's best friends. And so he went out there, and I'm going to let him share this story with you guys. And he looked at like a dozen companies, and he just came back to build with us to make this his last home about 3 months ago. And this guy I've learned to love the guy, although I don't benefit a penny from what this man does. But hey, we're one team, one dream. We help each other, whether somebody's sideline, cross line, up line. So I've really learned to like this guy. I value what he stands for and the value that he brings to our team and community and our company. So a couple of months ago, he put this funnel together, guys. And for those of you that don't know what a funnel is basically funneling people through information to your links and giving them as much information as possible. Like I'm talking about, hey, so you don't have to do a lot of the talking, right? Well, me, myself, I spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars trying to get, people to build me funnels or do this. And this guy just comes in here and he goes, Ricky, look, I can do this for the whole team and I'm only going to charge $100 per person. And I said, are you kidding me? I said, this funnel that you just made for me, I just paid $3,000 for something that don't even look like this. And he's been doing that out of the goodness of his heart to really help all of us. And a few weeks ago, me and Chris and him were talking, and we were talking about that piece that we were missing as a team to put it all together, because you guys are going out there and completely killing it. And we can't keep up, with how many people you guys are bringing in. I mean, we're signing up, 7,000 to 8,000 customers a month. We're signing up 900 to 1,000 distributors a month. So it's getting to that point where we need a system to where everybody can do it. Somebody that just started a business today, go, hey, I'm just sharing this cup of coffee, but look how easy it is to share this product. Here's this funnel for this. Here's how you get started. So with that being said, I'm going to let Bob come on, because we have put something together, guys, that at the end of this call, whenever you guys start getting with your leaders and start seeing the work that went into this, and Bob did it for us for free. So big applause to Mr. Bob for doing that. You guys are going to completely love what he just created. So I'm going to let him come on and kind of let you guys know what he did. And if you guys have any questions, please get with Bob or Chris. So with that being said, I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to pass the stage over to Mr. Bob.
Thank you, Ricky. I appreciate you, man. It is so cool to see how aligned all the leadership is in this company and how I actually align with it as well. Ricky, I appreciate, you and Chris just kind of treading the way and making things happen. But as we said, one of the things is I get geared up right now to launch my team is a specific system to teach people how to go be successful doing what we do, but not relying on the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh level person that's never done this to be able to transfer the information properly to a new person so that they're doing the same thing. See, our industry is about getting a large group of people to do a few simple things consistently over a long period of time. That's what creates a long-term residual income. Well, if you don't have a way of teaching without it breaking down, it's gonna break down. Like the telephone game, right? Everybody's played that. By the time you get to the 20th person, the story's not even close to the same as how it started. That's what breaks down in training. In our industry, you have to understand is so simple that you can do it any company, any product, any service if you follow a specific philosophy and a procedure and a system of network marketing. It just so happens that what we have as an entrepreneur is amazing. Like there's literally nothing out there like it. So we have a double whammy on top of that. So what I put together literally for the team that I'm getting ready to launch, and I showed Chris and I showed Ricky, and we're all so aligned. It's like, it's so crazy on the simplicity. And I look at this team, you guys have to understand, especially people that are brand new, the numbers of customers that are coming into just this organization and that are staying on the product, that are loving the product, that is changing their life is unbelievable to me. And it's attracting every single person. Most of them have never done network marketing, don't have a clue, and they think they got to be salespeople, and they think they got to do all this stuff, and they got some kind of made up mindset of what network marketing is. So what we did was I put together a 5-video training system that starts with a welcome to the team. It goes through the basic philosophies of what a business of network marketing is, and some of the things that you should be conscious of, that if you don't do those things, you probably won't have success. Now, the good news is all this stuff is super, super simple. It's so simple that most people overlook it and they complicate it. Then I go on to another video that talks about the tools that we have available of how to utilize the tools and what the tool is for. So it explains that. Then it goes through the actual system of what to do. Now, I could tell you the system, repeat it right from Ricky or Chris, which is, hey, have you heard of or do you drink coffee? Have you heard of Happy Coffee everybody's talking about? Oh my goodness, you haven't heard of it? Listen, a friend of mine, boom, insert a story, and then from that point, get them information. And the information just needs to be a simple link that shows them the videos and gets them interested and sucks them in for them to want more information or want to become a customer. And it goes through that whole system process, and then it goes through a game plan of how you should launch your business and simple things that you should do. A lot of people on the internet right now are talking about stop chasing your friends and family. And all these you guys, are ways to sidetrack you to think you need to buy internet type of programs so that you can just generate leads online and that you're just going to blow your business up. Network marketing is about people building people. It's about trust. It's about people you love, know, and care about. And anybody that would ever say you should never launch your business in your cold or in your warm market, don't bug your friends and family, is absolutely 100% wrong. You should literally share with every single person you know what you have. And if you don't feel good about doing that, then you don't understand the impact of not only the opportunity, but what the products here at Elevocity can do for somebody's life. And once you realize how much that can change somebody's life, then you'll have a lot more drive, passion, and desire to share it with everyone you know. Now, if you knew this completely could change your cousin's life because they're struggling with whatever, and you didn't tell them, why wouldn't you tell them? That's your warm market. See, you don't know who somebody knows, and that's how you grow. And I'm telling you, you guys have done that. I'm watching this happen. 80,000 customers, 10,000 distributors, no real systems, just people loving people and real products that have real impact on people instantaneously. All I've done is put together this little 5-minute or 5-video training. It's about an hour long of all the trainings. And I promise you, any person that watches that and literally takes it to heart and follows the basic philosophies in these videos, I promise you, it's 1,000% yes, you will have success. No question about it. And so because you guys have been so good to us with all the funnels, I've tried to keep the price extremely low at $100, all the way down to a 50% discount of $50 each if you can put a group of people together of 30 or more people. They don't have to be in your team. They could be sideline, crossline, whatever. It doesn't matter. That's another reason I love this team and why I've decided to commit here, because it's really people helping people. And so if this training system can help the entire team and triple and quadruple the duplication, where more and more people that have never made any money in this industry start to make money, and people that were thousandaires turn into 10,000aires, and people that were 10,000 a year turn into 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, life-changing income. And I believe Elevocity has that opportunity for each and every person. And I believe that people need to have an edge, and that's what this training system does. You'll love it. It's ellerpreneurtraining.now.site. Ricky, I'll type it in there, ellerpreneur.now.site. And you'll see on there, there's buttons that come to our Facebook groups. There's a whole picture of all the Zoom trainings and has all the times and what links. So now there's no second guessing of where somebody should go. They just go to ellerpreneurtraining.com, .now.site, And there it all is. It's all there for you. And then they can watch through the videos and
I'm
use
on a Zoom cloud meeting.
your Bible. So,
Copy.
Ricky, I'm excited, and you guys get me more and more excited. Every time I see your numbers at the end of the month, I just told Chris today, we were talking for about an hour. It's the gas pedal's about ready to shift into gear. So I'm just excited to be a part of the culture you guys have already created. And it's my pleasure to be able to share whatever knowledge, whatever value that may bring to anyone within the team. I'm just proud to be here, brother. So I'll turn it back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Bob. We appreciate you. I'm pretty sure everybody's going to enjoy checking out that link and utilizing it. So thank you for hopping on tonight, buddy. Appreciate you. Chris Schweda, you out there, bud?
Yes, yes, yes.
Take it over, bud.
Awesome, awesome. So, guys, when I was talking actually to Bob earlier, and we were talking about, we were talking about how long we've been in the industry and how we end up using our time over and over and over doing the exact same thing. And leaders will automatically go out and do it. Leaders will just go out and do it, and they figure it out. They find a way and all that stuff. Then you have other people where we end up spending the majority of our time is sitting, having to explain every little intricate thing of everything. And the purpose of the videos is so where a new person can share it and then have it spread through multiple people. And like one of the things that we also notice is, say for instance, I bring on Ricky, Ricky brings on Ian brings on Mike, Mike brings on Sean brings on Ann brings on John brings on this person, that person, this person, that person. And then that other person is not getting the same information. They're not getting the information that now Francisco's talking about doing it in Spanish. So now what we wanted to do is make sure that everybody's getting the same information, whether you're a frontline or whether they're 50 levels deep. And that's really what this is about. Remember also, guys, every week, the Zoom training that we have on Saturday morning is a getting started training. So if your team's not getting on the getting started training, and then you wonder why.
They just started that guy that did the other.
All right. People keep unmuting themselves. Thank you. So pattern interrupt. So the purpose is to basically keep everything flowing level after level after level after level. It's funny when we reach out to people and we'll dig down into a group and we reach out to somebody and we'll say, well, they're like, well, I'm not getting support. Well, are you jumping on the Monday night team calls? What Monday night team calls? We're like, well, are you getting on the Saturday Zoom training? What Monday or Saturday Zoom training? Point is, guys, is that we need to be able to duplicate level after level after level after level after level, so where everyone's getting the exact same information. That's what this is about. Also, when Bob was talking about, talking to the people that you know, he was not saying don't do social media and don't do the other stuff, but what he's saying is that the furthest thing or the furthest distance from one place to another place is a shortcut. And what happens is people think if they go buy a bunch of stuff and do all these things and take these gurus trainings and this training and that training and all this stuff, it's going to shorten it all up and all of a sudden you're going to be successful. And the reality of it is that when you become successful is number one, when you decide to be successful. Because when you decide to be successful, you will take action. He talks about this in the trainings. Action is what creates everything. The wrong action will create results. Not as fast as the right action, but if you just go out there and do things and do it over and over and over and over and over, you're going to get results. See, you can't screw up one of the things, it's like the best learning lesson is your last mistake, right? So many times, and in the training talks about plan, do, review. We were both mentored by the company we started with. We had Eric Worre and Jeff Olson, two incredible trainers in the industry, and they talk about you make a plan, you do the plan, and then you review the way that it went, and then you adjust. And you continually do that over and over and over again. So yes, there's an outline, there's a system on what to do, but nothing replaces action. Nothing replaces the act of doing it. And guys, you can be flat out excited and fired up and do the wrong thing, and people are going to join you because they're like, I don't know what in the world this person's doing, but they're fired up and I want to be a part of it. It's funny when we did a business together in 2010 to like 2005, or 2010, 2015, 2005. So the crazy part is we did these home meetings, and we did home meetings like every single night. I mean, it was crazy. It was very overwhelming. At first it was fun, but it got to be a job where we were like, oh my God. But this is the thing that I can tell you. When someone showed up to the meeting, they didn't have to hear the presentation. They didn't have to whatever. They would come into the room and they would be like, what in the hell is going on here? I want to be a part of this because of the culture, because of the energy. My point with sharing that with you guys is that it's the energy that you have. It's your excitement that attracts people. It's the way that you feel and the way that you make other people feel. Why do you think we talk about culture, 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 culture? Because it's the culture that people are buying into. People are lacking love and connection. They are looking for something to have that love and connection. People want to feel important. Our environment does that. People want to feel that significance, right? They want to grow as well. So we create an environment for you to grow. That's what culture is all about. People want to feel like they're contributing to the bigger cause. You get people on the phone, they're like, I just want to help people. Guys, that has to do with contribution. Our system does all of that. It's a matter of getting people to plug in. How do we get people to plug in? First off, put a freaking smile on your face and be excited. Be fired up. Share your story with somebody. See, people don't need some crazy extensive training to go out and share a cup of coffee. You don't have to go buy all these courses. You don't have to go do all these things. I want to be very clear. I'm not knocking personal development. I'm not telling you to not work on yourself. I'm not telling you to not go study and get better at all those things. So let's be clear. I'm not sharing. We have people that are doing incredible things on social media and attraction marketing. But what I am telling you is that it boils down to activity, getting fired up, and going out there and sharing a freaking cup of coffee with people over and over and over again. So with that being said, I was talking to Sean McLean earlier this morning, and we were talking about a bunch of incredible stuff, but I'm going to bring him on because it's kind of hard to explain everything that he was sharing with me. But guys, every day, Sean is doing personal development. So when we talk about personal development, we talk about the environment to grow. That's what this is about. We have many teams that do happy coffee talk. I'm jumping on different happy coffee talks literally almost every morning. Almost every single morning. I would say most mornings I'm on someone's call, whether it's Enrique's call or Robin's call. It happens to be one I'm on quite often just because I'm always on Robin's call. I don't understand why. But at any rate, that's one of the ways that we become very close friends. It's the culture, it's the environment. But I want to turn it over to Sean McLean. Sean, are you out there, brother?
What's up, Chris?
Share, I started to listen, and then basically Ricky called me and Judy called me and a bunch of people called me, so I did not get to finish the whole Ed Mylett. But why don't you share a little bit on that, because it was talking about mindset. It was talking about dealing with challenges, and it was talking about making a decision. So
that's right.
Why don't you spend a few minutes sharing that value?
Yeah, guys, Ed Mylett is somebody, he's one of my online mentors that I follow. Ed doesn't know me, but I know Ed very well. So YouTube's awesome. So today's video is called How to Be Decisive and Take Massive Action. And I sent this out to a number of people, sent it into our teams. And one of the best videos that I've listened to, I didn't actually watch it because We got back from 5 weeks of traveling with Mike and Cass and doing a bunch of awesome things, 3 weeks of which we worked 12 hours a day. The last 2 we hung out. This is the first video in 5 weeks that I've listened to, and it couldn't have been any more better. The timing was perfect. It's exactly what I needed to hear today. And without going, you know, I can send this into the chat somewhere and everybody can share it, or just look up on YouTube, Ed Mylett, How to Be Decisive and Take Massive Action. That was today's video. But he talks about the fact that we need to learn how to be decisive. The longer that we wait to make decisions, the longer that we drag everything out, it just ends up costing us time, which we'll never get back. And it ultimately ends up costing us money, which is why everybody wakes up and goes to work every day to begin with, is to make and keep the money, not to lose it all, right? But 85% of the decisions we make in our day, in our life, are basically minuscule. There's only 15% of the decisions that we make that are big. They're going to be the life-changing decisions. They're the important decisions. They're the things that we really need to put some thought and some time into. And Ed really dives into that. But a few of the things that he was talking about is that, and this is coming from a guy that's got a net worth over $400 million. He's truly an introvert, spent the first half of his life building an income, and said that he really believes the Lord's given him a vision to spend the second half of his life teaching other people how to do what he's done. And he said, listen, coming from being a super introverted person, to get on stage and to teach this is out of left field for Ed. He's really doing it as a reach out, as a ministry for himself. Or, you know, out of himself, I should say. Anyhow, one of the things that my good friend Donnie Chapman has shared with me time and time again, we talk about it all the time, Mike and Cass and myself, Chris, Bob, all of these guys, Ricky, we all understand that the greater the problem, the greater the solution, the greater the payoff. You guys have all heard us say this, but today to hear Ed Mylett expound on that. And, you know, and he says, guys, listen, you might think because, you know, I've got money now, I'm in a good position, I've worked the first half of my life strong, that, hey, life's just easy. He said, actually, it's not. He said, the problems are bigger and the problems are harder. But that's how we continue to grow. He says, you actually have to have it that way, and you'll eventually learn to like it that way. Because when you roll over and realize one day, if this ever happens to you, if you ever roll over and realize that everything's perfect and the grass is as green as it could be and the sky's as blue as it can be and you don't have any problems, well, Gladiator says you're probably in Elysium. So in other words, you're probably feet up, you're probably laying on your back. That's not real life. And if you ever wake up and you feel like you're in that position or you're pretty dang close to it, then you might want to take a personal audit, because you're probably not playing big enough. You know, that's right, Alicia. It doesn't get any easier, you just get stronger. And you know, a lot of you have heard me say that the gym life mimics real life. And, you know, when you go under there and you get under a squat, or maybe you're under a bench press or whatever it is, and you squat that weight down, what is that? That's nothing. Anybody can do that part. But it's the standing back up. And the standing back up's the hard part. That's what builds muscle. That's what builds strength, core, value. That's right, Francisco. I see you, brother. That's what builds. He's a warrior. That's what builds that backbone that's going to allow you to push through whatever that next threshold is, whatever that next heavyweight is, whatever that next problem is. It's the little small payoffs of being consistent and going every day. And that's another thing Ed talks about a lot is, and I kind of made a post about that today with a Darren Hardy picture. Darren was actually talking about this too, is the fact that, you know, we hear all the time, especially those that have been in sports, that practice makes perfect. Wrong. Oh, no, Sean, I know what it is. Perfect practice makes perfect. Wrong again. I used to say that because it sounded cool. No, it's perfect practice makes perfect. Perfect practice consistently makes perfect. That's more like what it is, guys. It's about consistently getting up and doing the small things every single day. making quick decisions, moving on to the next thing. The majority of the fears that you have in your life, the majority of the things that you fear that are actually holding you back, never even come to fruition. They just don't. 85% of our problems, or the things that we think are problems, are so minuscule that they really don't even have any effect on our life. There's only 10 or 15% of things that actually have a grand effect on your life. Them are the things we need to put a little thought into. We need to make a quick decision and just move on to. Chris, I can't really break down and go into every single thing that was in that video. It's so packed full of gold nuggets. I urge everyone to just YouTube it and find it out, and just really listen to it. I think there's a lot in there that can help each one of us. It doesn't matter if you just started out today. It doesn't matter if you've been here for a while. Yeah, it's awesome. Go unpack it. Steph's throwing up the guns over there, so I'm going to throw one back. Back to you, Chris.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So, guys, you hear us talk about this over and over and over and over and over again. The mindset is the most important thing that you can do. And in these new Hope Academies are absolutely mind-blowing. I'm going to throw this person on the spot, see if she's out there. Melissa McGuire, are you out there, young lady?
Hey, Chris.
Don't tell me you're walking the dog or opening the door or whatever else you're doing. Share with us what you experienced this weekend. I know that it was different than anything you've experienced. So why don't you just kind of share what people have to look forward to in the Hope Academies?
Oh, Chris, I knew you were going to put me on the spot, so I did go get my notes. So I am prepared. Yeah, you guys, I went to the Branson event this weekend and was completely blown away. Like, Les Brown was one of the first people that I listened to, even before I was in network marketing, that completely changed my life. And when I saw him being a part of our just corporate events, I was excited. And then to see that he's touring with our founder, Robert O'Blon, and president, Keith Halls, I was like, what? For $25? I figured I would get like an hour motivational speech or something, because that's what he gets paid, $79,000 an hour to speak in front of large crowds. If you don't know who he is, YouTube should be your best friend, and go check him out. He's spoken in front of thousands and thousands and thousands of people over the years. But what I was blown away by was that we got full-on training by him and his daughter Ona, and it was probably the best training. I would probably pay $4.99 or $7.99 for this type of training, and I have before from other trainers that, in other companies I've been involved with. But it was amazing. Like, the best part of it, I think, was, when you come into something like that, you want to get real comfortable sitting with people that and that, that you're excited to see and hang around, maybe even your team or whatever. And within like 5 minutes of Les and his daughter Ona being up there, he had everybody grab their stuff, introduce themselves to 7 new people, and sit down at a table with people that you didn't know. And so leaving there, I left with 9 new people that I got to be friends with, which I wouldn't have met otherwise. So that was awesome. And really talks about communication and speaking with conviction and passion and purpose. And it was really, really good. I don't want to give everything away, but I can tell you this, is that these Hope events are going to start being a day and a half. So they're going to be a Friday, Saturday event now. What, should I not say that?
No, you're good.
Oh, sorry. I thought I heard you say shh. But because there's just so much training that he is giving, and he doesn't do training. He does motivational speaking. And so the fact that he's here with our company pouring his knowledge and training and I think this is going to turn into even more of a longer event as this gets developed. I believe that Robert O'Blon said that the cost will go up a little bit. $25, including lunch, was basically free for the training that we had. But really, if you can make it to Canada, I'd get to the Ottawa training that's happening next month. You can be in Houston in June. I think it's June 7th and 8th. I'll be at that one again, and I'm excited for it. Knowing that this is his last stop and he's pouring all this knowledge into us. You guys, it's like such an honor. Like it's really a huge, huge deal. So I'm excited about it, and I know that everybody that walked out of there, we all had the same feeling.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Guys, we're going to be closing this out in just a few minutes. I want to make a point because I noticed as we start these calls, everybody says they want to be successful. Like everyone says, like if I ask who here on this call, drop me some comments on who wants to be successful, there should be, hundreds of people going, me, right? But, everybody want to, but not everybody's willing to do the work. Just like, we say we're going to create an environment for people to grow. We start the call off, there's 270 something people on here, and we've already had like 40 people that have already given up on themselves. Now, I know there's other circumstances and stuff like that, but it's just crazy how, people in their mind tell themselves, well, I've heard that before, or there's another call, or this or that, whatever. And guys, success is a picture that if you ever seen those pictures with like all the dots, and you put all the dots together and that person just dot, and it creates this picture. And next thing you know, there's this masterpiece that you're looking at. It's these calls, and you don't know what nugget is going to be that, or you will use a combination to the lock. Guys, there's, to basically get success, you need the combination, right? And you turn it one way and you get one combination. And you turn it the other way and you get the other. But the bottom line is that every nugget that you pick up is another code to unlock the door to the next level, and to the next level, and the next level. And you don't know what that nugget's going to be. It just blows me away that we have these free training calls every Monday night, every Saturday, and the amount of people that either participate or give up before the call is over just blows me away. I just wanted to say that. So I want to congratulate everybody that does participate and stay on through these processes, because you never know what information is going to unlock the next level of success. So we're going to have maybe one more person share, that was at that training. Dawn, are you out there? Dawn. I know you're out there. I just saw you messaging.
You see me?
There you go. Dawn Thomas, share with us what you got out of the event.
Oh my gosh. Nowhere close to what I thought it was going to be, just like Melissa. And I happened to be at her table. Where do you begin? Let me jump to the very end of it. It was magnificent to all of a sudden see, after all the day of us going through different workshop type papers and working on ourselves and discovering things, at the end it was, I don't remember who it was that stood up, but she said, I discovered I am the only thing holding myself back. That right there. And that's the thing. People get in their own way. They don't realize, if we will just stop questioning, if we will just do the process that you and Ricky have gave us, don't invent the wheel, don't do anything, but just believe in ourselves, trust in ourselves, and get out of our own way. We can do it.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you so much, Dawn.
You're welcome.
She just basically synopsis of what we started this thing off with. You are the only one holding you back. See, you already have every seed that you need, But we as humans, we want to go look for this or that and try to figure out, why aren't I having success? Disempowering questions invoke disempowering answers. When you ask yourself a question on why can't I get ahead? Why am I not having success? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? Guys, you create that. It's our responsibility to basically pat ourselves on the back. It's our responsibility to build ourselves up. We get years and years and years of communication from school and teachers and parents and all this stuff that it basically, sometimes we're being told, oh, you can do anything, but we're told, no, don't do this. No, don't do that. Don't talk out of turn. Don't talk to strangers. Don't do this. Don't do that. And we've been basically held down subconsciously. We've been held down subconsciously, and that's what holds most people back. I'm going to bring Gavin on the phone because we've been talking a lot about this lately. Gavin, are you out there?
Yes, sir.
We're going to try to close this call out in the next 5 to 10 minutes. We don't want to go too long, but I know that you always have great value to share, so break it down, brother.
I just wanted to piggyback. We're talking a lot about the Hope events, and personally, I have not been to one yet. I've been to all of our other events that we've had. Haven't really missed one since we started. But guys, I just want to share with you when I was 18 years old and first introduced to network marketing. I'll never forget when one of my mentors said, "Hey, you need to get to an event," and I looked over at my dad at the time. And I said, "Dad, is this a good idea?" And he went, "No, they're a bunch of rah-rahs. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money." And a lot of y'all that know my dad, that's like his personality. He's just a funny guy. But, I'll never forget literally, and I did meet Steph. I remember that. Actually met a lot of you on this call at that first event. But I'll never forget the sacrifice that it took. I mean, saving money while working a job back almost 4 years ago. And just the value that I got out of the event. And, I'm not here. It's not about that company. It's not about what company you're with. It's about, if you're going to be doing something, do it. Like, don't just treat it like a hobby and expect full-time job results. And that's what I see a lot of people doing in network marketing. And I mean, if you really want this, if you're saying every day, I want to be successful, I want this, I want that. Do you really want it, or are you just saying it because it's feeding your ego and what you think you want? I mean, do you really want it? Because guys, that first event, it's not just about going to an event and it's not that you're going to pick up on any, specific script or specific saying or something that's going to blow your business up. It's about your belief. It's about your mindset. It's about what you take away from that event and how empowered you are and how much you believe in yourself. And that any successful person in this industry will tell you that events are the lifeblood of your entire business and your sustainability. So guys, I say all that to say this. We have here something I have never experienced. Now, I haven't experienced a whole lot of different companies and a lot of different stuff, but to be honest, I don't need to. When you know that you feel something intuitively and you live it and you eat it and you breathe it and you sleep it and you see what this is doing for people, guys, that's enough within itself. But if you really want to go to the next level, if you're serious about that and you're not just saying it, and you can, figure out a way to get to one of these events. I'm not saying fly from California to Canada, but look, if it's just a flight and you can book it now for Houston and you can be there, I promise you, you will watch your business double, if not triple, over the next 90 days coming out of that event. And really the biggest part about it, and Chris and I have been talking a lot about this lately, it's the story that you tell yourself. It'll be different. Your mindset will literally be elevated to the point where you don't wake up and reach that level of discouragement as quickly. Because guys, we're human beings. It happens. We all get discouraged. We all say, oh my gosh, I don't feel like doing anything today. But this is seriously, and I've said it time and time again, and I've heard it time and time again, this is a personal development business with a paycheck associated with it. So the best thing that you can do is grow yourself every single day. Be a product of the product. and really indulge in this community and into this culture, because that is what's going to build your belief to go out and build a massive business. So I'm fired up. Like, I've never been this fired up in the last 16 months. I woke up yesterday. Some of y'all might have seen my live video. And I was pissed off. I was pissed off because I'm not where I want to be yet. And sometimes it takes being pissed off and reaching a point of being so frustrated, not because you're not successful, not because you're not doing enough, but because you can do more. So you guys, it's been an awesome call. If there's nothing else to add, I guess we can close it out. Or
I'm gonna basically close it out right now.
Awesome.
First off, guys, everybody, you want to go like the Elepanor Facebook page, and I'm gonna close it out with this, guys. Every single one of you all are telling yourself a story. You know, Gavin had just talked about that, and it's one of the things, you know, through self-exploration and having an awareness of exactly what you tell yourself, right? And the whole time I had to, you know, self-explore myself and look at self-explore myself, like double whatever that was. But I had to sit there and look at, you know, what story am I telling myself, right? And from the very beginning, I remember I was telling everybody, you know, I don't care about rank. I don't care about rank. I don't care about rank. All I care about is the check. And we have an awesome check. I mean, we have an amazing check, you know, but I realized that by telling myself over and over and over that I didn't care about rank, subconsciously holding myself back from rank. So I had to recognize that that's the story I'm telling myself and go, boom, I will be ambassador by June, and start to tell myself that, because I started to sit there and go, oh, you know, well, rank doesn't matter is what I was telling myself from the very beginning. But because I kept telling myself that, I was subconsciously sabotaging myself to rank up, which is ridiculous because it doesn't matter. But I kept saying all I cared about was the check, didn't care about the rank, didn't care about the recognition, but it's time to go rank up. And then my wife starts giving me trouble about it. Oh, another person on your team ranked up. Why aren't you ranking up? And I'm like, this is a bunch of bull. And I said other words behind it. But the bottom line is, guys, you have to recognize the story you tell yourself. You have to be holding yourself accountable on what you tell yourself. So, guys, I'm just going to put out there, we're going to be ambassador by June. And a lot of times we're like, well, how in the world are we going to do that? Who are there going to be the people to do it? Where the people aren't there or whatever. Guys, when you put it out there, when you say this is what's going to happen, the world just manifests. The universe just creates. God gives us the ability, life and death through the words of our lips. And the bottom line is whatever we speak into our life is the reality. I'm going to challenge everyone tonight. I'm going to challenge you to write an I am statement. I'm going to challenge you to write something about yourself on who you are and what kind of freaking leader you are and what type of person that you want to be. I'm challenging you all, and I want to find out if you're actually going to do it, and you do it. I want you to inbox me, send me a message and say, I did an affirmation. Not only did I write it down, but I'm repeating it day after day after day. And I want you to commit to yourself that for 30 days, you're going to every morning and every night repeat that affirmation. And let's watch how much manifests in so many people's lives for the people that actually go out there and do that. And it's crazy because I did that to get the check. I did that to get the things. And then basically I quit doing it. And I never made the rank important. All I wanted to do was make the money, which has been amazing, guys. We've saved up more money than we've ever saved in our life. And it's been incredible. But the thing is why not have everything? You know, basically, you know, we can have everything that we want. So with that being said, might as well have the rank as well. So I'm challenging you all on who's going to do that. And what kind of positive self-talk are you going to tell yourself every single day? I heard a story, and this is the last thing I'm going to say. I'm going to close it out. But today I was hearing this girl was talking about She's a leader in the industry I'm friends with. I watched Facebook Live she did, and she talked about jars of water. And she talked about if you take 2 jars of water, one and close them up, and love on the one jar and talk negative to the other one, the water will actually change in the negative jar. That if you talk negative to that water, that the water changes. I'm gonna try this too. And for 30 days, I'm gonna just sit and talk negative to this stupid jar of water, right? Because that's a stupid jar. I'm gonna talk negative to it, and then I'm gonna love on the other jar of water. And the thing is that what negative stuff if it'll change water, the negative thoughts, what's happening to you because of the negative self-talk and the negative things you've been telling yourself? What is it that you've been telling yourself that has basically been changing your water of life, or whatever you want to call it? What have you been telling yourself? What story have you been telling yourself? Guys, it's time to change. It's time to start telling yourself the right stuff. It's time to start living up to the potential that you have. With that being said, love you guys. I appreciate you all, and everybody have an awesome night. I'll unmute everybody, and you can say good night.
God bless you guys.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.